Storytime by the fire. Welcome back to Writer's Theory. I'm James Winterthorne, and this is day 26 of my effort to write a novel in less than 90 days. Yesterday, we left off with our main character, Mercer, learning that he was going to tell a story and spending a day in the community with this Apache tribe, trying to just be a little bit and build up to this story time event that begins with today's writing session. So this effort is on my as I'm writing, I'm really focused on getting descriptions right, and then I want to tell a story through a character's perspective. This will be the shaman telling the story, and I want to capture that person's voice and tell a story that at least is believable and I hope is authentic enough. So, well, let's get into day 26 and see how it goes. We're picking up here where their conversation left off. Mercer is really curious about when they picked him up or when they came and met him, and whether they were going to do that or not. And he's learned that that they thought they were just going to let him die out in the desert. It's funny when I get stuck on a word, something as simple as joyous. So they're at the camps at the fire now and about to start sharing stories. And I wanted this to be entertaining and bright and hopeful, and just generally a positive experience. So I'm trying to describe this in such a way that the people that are in the setting have this feeling as well, and also just that readers of this scene would feel that way. And so I came upon this story as the coyote wandering through the desert on his path and encounters a large stone blocking the way. And when I found this story, I really just wanted an authentic story more than I wanted it to be an allegory for something and have some kind of purpose in my narrative in general. That could be a missed opportunity, and maybe if I were to revisit the story and rewrite this, I might find a story that is more relevant to the story that I'm telling. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to keep this story the way that it is. I like it. It seems like a story that would be told, and not everything in my story needs to be completely relevant toward my main character. I mean, it's nice if it is, but the world isn't that way, and so all of our fiction doesn't necessarily need to be all plot driven. So I like what I'm doing here. I'm trying to keep this is obviously Calm Watcher talking, so it's his voice. And I want to have descriptions high for what Mercer sees with the man who's telling the story, because he's kind of acting it out too. So I want to keep my descriptions high, and that means mixing the description and the dialogue up in a meaningful way. So let's get back into the rest of a day 26. So the shaman is just very animated, and I really wanted that to come across here. So he's kind of acting out this story as he tells it. And interestingly enough, and I'm curious if you know this or not, Coyote is a character or a specific being, more than a particular coyote. So it's not just a certain dog, but coyote is a spirit almost. And I just find that fascinating. So the coyote is a pronoun versus just a noun. So I love that. Here, I have Mercer doing what he thinks is probably right for him to do, and that being to witness for Christianity. And I've heard stories of this where missionaries try to witness to Native American tribes, and their story is heard, but it's generally done in a way where they expect to be sharing stories and not just to be told something. So what I wanted to have happen here was the tribe had already heard this story and they want to hear how it affects, or how Mercer is involved in this particular story. And so that's where we wrapped it up there. So I'm really trying to be respectful of both traditions here, and I want to tell Mercer's story and have him understand that he needs to tell his story. Because before this happens, I haven't written it yet because I need to go back and include this scene, but we don't understand that Mercer has become a religious person. Because I just blazed right through chapter 3, and that's where I needed to include it. But in terms of the actual stories, I wanted them to be authentic, at least believable, and to be respectful as well. So I think I did a good job in that. This is really just characters telling stories. Love doing that, and I'm pleased with this effort. So with that, let's get to today's line of the day. The warmth and sound of joyous people lifted him from inside his hips and up through his spine and neck. I like that this is a little strange. This is a different description, certainly than anything I'm used to writing and probably that I've seen. I don't know if this is a great line, a great sentence, and it might need some cleaning up. But it's odd in a strange way, and I like it for that reason. Doesn't mean I won't adjust it later, but I like it. So it's the line of the day. And so that's day 26. We're going to pick up tomorrow where Mercer finishes his story, and we can see how he relates to. He's trying to tell the gospel in a meaningful way, but now he has to do it from his own perspective, which I think is a cool thing. And we'll see how well I execute it tomorrow. If you're enjoying this series and you want to continue watching me write this book, please like and subscribe. We'll pick up where we left off tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Interspersing. There,